everyone, welcome back to the Good Enough Gaming Podcast. We are still here.
It's
been 3 weeks.
It's been so long. I don't even know what the sunlight feels like.
It's just Canadian winter.
Anyways, welcome back. We have a new episode for you this week, which is entitled, I Could Have Sworn I Was Just Here. Fitting, isn't it? The saying goes, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. This has now made for one of the most prestigious groups of medieval lore. Imagine being an apparition blessed by deities of old, tasked with taking down none other than King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Now corrupted by some bad wine or something, Arthur has become unhinged and is now up to you to take down the corrupted knights and set Camelot back on the virtuous path. No pressure or anything. With several classes, Lancelots of weapon choices and skills to acquire, experience to Gawain, and an incredibly fast rat that has made this fight Percival. Oh, this game has far more to offer than even we initially expected. So join us at our not very roundish table as we break down our experience with Sworn and other roguelike games. So Sworn is a roguelike game that came up on Game Pass that we dove headfirst into.
Yeah, it was funny because it was actually on my PlayStation list when I first saw the preview.
Yeah.
And then I heard it was coming to Game Pass, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I get to give it a go.
It's not often we get all four of us to not only agree on a game to play, but all jump on at the same time.
Multiple nights in a row.
Multiple nights.
Yeah.
And we went hard at it. Because we
weren't good at it at first.
I mean, that's by design. It's a roguelike.
Yeah, so there was definitely a lot of learning curve at the beginning. We settled into the classes that we preferred. Funny enough, was one of each class.
Yeah,
which was
hilarious.
Yeah, there's monk. Which is more of like a paladin.
It's like a range. Was it a ranger or just a warrior?
Ranger
with the
warrior.
bow. And the guy with the big hammer.
Barbarian type.
Yeah.
Funny
you
how
could use like a big cannon or a big axe. And I was like, okay, we're going with the axe.
Sign me up.
Yeah. And essentially you're fighting through a few levels trying to get to Camelot to fight King Arthur.
Well, at least in the first level. At least
who is corrupted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the second time through it changes. There's more modifications and more level modifications. We really sucked at the start.
Oh, we were bad.
I was so surprised. I thought it was just supposed to get like kind of more difficult, maybe one or two things. Like it got significantly more complicated once you beat it one time.
Yes.
And that took us like several hours of gameplay. But at the same time, like
are we this bad at this game?
Well, it's so funny because most roguelikes aren't multiplayer like this.
No.
Where like this then becomes almost like a chaotic, like bullet hell type game where there's just so much going on.
Yeah. And you start here. Oh, I'm down again.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle dead. Kyle's dead again.
Famous words from our dear host here.
Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. But it got better.
Yeah.
I learned how to dodge.
Learning.
Yeah.
Locked stuff. We leveled up our characters a bit. That's a big one in this game too, where it's like the leveling up significantly helps.
Yeah,
yes.
That is imperative.
Especially with some of like the things you unlock within your little hub.
Yep.
You go to Gwendolyn and you have to unlock all these different areas to unlock more things.
Yep. Chances for more bonuses. And
skill trees on skill trees. Yeah, it's not really like skill trees, it's more like passives.
Yeah. The tree's not huge. Like it
does take a long time to get through it because the costs to get to the later parts of it are insane. But
it's nice. I mean, each character has like 5 different weapons that you can.
4, I think.
It's 4.
Is it 4?
It's 4.
So
but they're distinct.
Yeah,
like it's not
the play style is totally.
Everybody's got a ranged weapon. everybody's got a melee weapon. Like
but they're also all different. So there's like essentially 16 classes to play.
Yeah.
Just find what
works. Pretty interesting for a roguelike game.
And a lot of modifiers even within, when you play through and you're unlocking the skills or the skill sets, you're getting all these different gods that are blessing you with things.
Yeah. It's very much so if anyone has
shout out to Gog Magog.
If no one has any fucking idea.
My dude.
Sworn is like you can play single or multi, but it's essentially like a very similar version to Hades. Very similar art style.
Yeah.
But it's more on it's pagan gods from like Arthurian times versus like the Greek gods of Hades. But it's also just like there's less story.
There was
it's much more just straight up roguelike, but then it becomes like a difficult, like there's like 8 difficulties.
Like if you listen to what they're saying to you at the hub, like at the central hub and stuff, like there's a little bit of story, but it's not
story focused.
You're not playing it for the story.
No, whereas like a Hades is more of the story focused roguelike, which is kind of what makes it rare and unique.
Yeah.
For sure. I was like, there's other ones like, we're going to get into that, but
I think the multiplayer aspect kind of pulls away from the story component.
Yeah.
Whereas, you look at something like Hades, it's just you are playing through the story as.
Well, like, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you tried to play by yourself. Like, this game is impossible by yourself.
It's that hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah, that's not going to work for us. We're not good enough for that.
No.
I didn't even try. I thought about it. I was like, I'll just wait. It's like,
I was like,
I didn't think it would be that bad.
I was like, I want to try the other class, but like I don't want to do it. Like, so I was like, I'll just like rip into this one and give it a quick go. And I was like, oh my god, this is so much hard. Like we could always get to Gawain like after the first couple times we played,
right?
And then I went to go back and I was like, I barely made it to him, like by myself. And I was like, we've been playing this for a long time. Like
I should be an expert at this.
I was like, I should not be this bad.
So that begs the question then: does the like having a like meta build versus player skill, is that too much of an impact on the game? Like we had some that we preferred, obviously, but do you think that had too much of an impact on the game versus us playing as a group versus us playing solo?
I don't think so. I mean, really the only like ability that any of us got where I would say it was like meta, or if you rolled that ability you were always going to choose it, were the ultimates.
Yeah.
Like,
and the ability to accrue your ultimate quicker.
Like otherwise there
so much of it was random.
It's just, but definitely getting like Gog Magog's ultimate,
that was the best. That was like when I first got that, I was dying.
Or like even the Frost Nova ultimate, like that's a really good AoE one too.
The fire one sucked.
Yeah, the fire one.
There's a couple that are just not good.
Yeah, just not.
But it's really random. Like, and I think that's part of their gameplay. Right? It's like not every run is going to be easy and perfect.
Different.
Some like there was some right where we were like we all have level 1 garbage. And then there's a run where Jordan's like, I'm level 10 or like something, right? With one skill.
My weapon's level 10.
Yeah.
And then same thing, finding that certain characteristics like played well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, if you do this all the time and I do this all the time, then we just like shred everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like trying to find that. Whereas like, I think when you're talking like skill is just like, how good are you at dodging and hitting stuff at the same time? Because if you can live for forever, you will eventually beat the game.
Yeah. You'll get through it. Yeah. And I think that's just like roguelikes as a whole. And I think that's why Sworn kind of hit for all of us, is because the randomness of a roguelike. Like I know you don't like that.
I don't.
But I think a lot of the headache can be looked past because it's multiplayer.
It makes it
the only
funny.
way I got through it.
Yeah.
It makes it funny.
Exactly.
Like the end of every level, you get to choose door A or door B. What like reward do you want?
Yeah.
And even that, it's like a kind of a mystery, but it's just like, here's your 2 options. And it just became a bitch fest every time.
Yeah.
And that's the fun of it. We're like, no, we need health. No, I want upgrades. Just like
sword in the stone. Pick the fucking sword in the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like that to me adds a whole other depth of like play. Like it's the same thing like we've talked about, like we all played Risk of Rain 2
a
couple times. And like as a group, that game is so much funnier
Way
when you're
better
trying to
than
figure out what the
solo.
hell you're doing with
Yeah.
a group of people yelling and screaming versus by yourself.
Yes. Do you think that the difficulty level in Sworn was like an accessible chaos, or because it's, you know, there's no permadeath because you cycle through runs? Is it too hard?
This is more. I was going to save this part for later. It was like, because I think that the overall difficulty for some of these roguelikes is far too high.
Yeah.
Like
It really pushes to the point of like, hey, like what we did. We beat Sworn once, got through like kind of the general story,
Yeah.
got to the I guess the first step up where they added some complexity. Like, fuck, this is a lot harder.
And another NPC where you had to collect other things.
Yeah, they're adding these aspects. Where it's like, I think in Sworn there's like 6 or 7 difficulties.
Yeah, different tiers.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where it's just like, okay, well, I feel like I got like, I mean, it's on Game Pass, but it's like, I feel like I got my money's worth here. I've beaten the game. I've kind of seen it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Now I'm good.
I capped
Right?
out.
Yeah.
But if you were
I
the
wasn't
person
ready
that's
to be
like,
done, which is a weird thing for me.
but then there's the person who's like, I'm addicted. Like,
Yeah.
get me back in there, man. Right? Like those 7 difficulties are for that person.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of those games. It's that thing where it's like, well, I paid $70 for this game. I want X number of hours at least.
Yeah.
Right. So there's kind of that.
The other one was like 33 Immortals or
Yeah.
whatever.
Like 30. Yeah. 33 Immortals.
Like I struggled with that one. Like that one it was good. I like the battle mechanics of that game.
Yeah.
A little bit
It was-
better,
yeah, it was
honestly, than
fun for a
Sworn.
little
But
bit.
But the group, like
But
having a group of people together to
yeah,
fight
like
stuff.
that one was. I just struggled with that one because it was so reliant on your entire grouping that was on that map
Yeah.
to make it to be able to be.
Actually,
But also like a few people that were just like absolutely loaded, like made the
Yeah.
difference. I remember that one run we were in where it just like
Just getting carried.
yeah,
back
they
and
carried
it was
us
like
through.
40
Like, oh,
down to
we're
10,
done.
but the last 2 guys were like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile, in Sworn, it's just the 4 of us, and
yeah,
Just
I like
chaos.
better like when we're just relying on us. Like I'm better off with that. I like
4-man
that better.
squad.
Yeah.
Where I don't know, like, but for me, it's hard if it's not like if there's not some level of ability to have success early on, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's where roguelikes as a genre really struggles to find balance, because you do have some games where they do a really good job at rewarding you. Even if you die, you're always coming back with either like a new weapon or a new ability. There's some type of progression there. And then
Gear.
and then there's other ones where it's like, well, you're not going to get any rewards unless you hit this threshold of progress.
Yeah, not good enough.
Yeah, and then that's where it's like, okay, I get you're trying to get me to come back and keep playing over and over. Is like, like you said, $70. I expect some level of hours played, but I also don't want to play the same area.
Yeah,
for 50 hours.
That was the other
what I
thing.
mean?
Was like we've beaten Gawain so many times. Like at the second difficulty level, I was kind of hoping there was going to be like the next set of knights.
Yeah, not just-
right.
So it's not
the same
Gawain
3
and
zones or
Percival
whatever.
and Lancelot again. It was like it would be somebody else.
Yeah.
Like and
Sir Robin.
Yeah.
Wait, wrong.
Known for his bravery.
Yeah.
like I was kind of hoping it was like, okay, give me a new first level like knight or whatever. And I don't know, maybe bring Gawain back at difficulty 3 or 4 or like whatever. Like
2 Gawains.
Change the rotation of
Something,
it, or,
like-
Yeah.
But it was so that was disappointing. But
On that note, then, do you feel like this game respects our time?
I think so, for the fun that it provides. I think I mean I think it's a perfect Game Pass game.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
right?
If this was like and even then, even if it's not on Game Pass, like I don't think it's like an $80 game.
No,
It's
I
not-
think
it
it's
wasn't.
like $30
Yeah.
or
I was
something.
saying, I think
it's
like that.
45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it respects that, where it's just like, hey, there's lots of different ways to play. Try all the characters. Like they give you a lot of outlets to play differently, even if you're not doing well, and you're
Yeah,
still
you can try
slowly
new
getting
stuff.
like the currencies, the various currencies to give those little boosts to your character. It's like, okay, well now I start with more health, and
Yeah.
now every time I go into a new room, I heal a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's stuff where like eventually, if you were to fill out all of those skill trees, you'd be like, well, now my character's like way more survivable.
Yeah.
I can get farther. I'm having more fun.
As I put like all of my money into the health one. So
exactly.
I have 3 revives at the start of every run.
Yeah.
But then that's part of it, right? Like your character's just better whether you get good RNG or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it more fun. And then you can start playing around with like the synergies of like, well, this guy stuns all the time. And now every time they stun, Jordan gets a super fire damage thing or something, right? Like there were some really cool like team up abilities like that.
Yeah, I think like that's where I struggle with roguelikes is, I think like you said, I think some respect your time in the sense that they reward you frequently, even if you are dying. You're at least coming back with, new abilities, or you got a new weapon or something like that. And it takes the sting off a little bit where everything you had, you just lost all of that. It's like, at least I've got something that carries over. And I think Sworn does a pretty good job of that for the most part, because every time we go back to the hub, nice call. Every time we go back to the hub, we're working on our skill tree, or, oh shit, I just unlocked a new weapon, or, there was always something that, you felt like you had progression, regardless. But, it's definitely not in every game in this show.
Oh God, no.
Now, speaking of like the genre as a whole, and looking at how different games have put forth their character versus co-op versus single player, how do you feel about the like class-based structure of Sworn versus more customizability of something like Hades or Dead Cells, where you are building your class as you go, whereas Sworn, you are more stuck into one, like you pick a class and you are stuck with those skills? How do we feel about that?
Like, I want less RNG and more class-based stuff.
Yeah.
Like the RNG is good for giving me certain power-ups and certain skills.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to be the entirety of the game, where it's solely randomized and it's really, I'm up to because at that point I feel like I'm playing like a gotcha machine. I'm just the percentages of like success are so low because it's set by the developer.
Right.
And at that point,
full random.
Yeah, like I don't want that. Like I don't want that.
That's where I did like the combination of Sworn. So you have your skill trees or your bonuses that apply to everybody, like all of your characters,
all classes. Yeah.
Then you can pick.
Passives,
You get to pick your character based off of how you like to play games or what you find works best in that game. Like, oh, this skill sucks. Like I don't like this. I like the bow, or I like the giant hammer. But then you start targeting your character around those skills, where it's like, well, I don't care about this like dodge mechanic. I'm going to pick the other skill that they're offering me because it's better with this. Yeah. So it's kind of like there's still RNG, but it's still letting you play how you want to play. And then you're just trying to like empower that to be like, well, this guy does more stun damage. He's got a big ass hammer.
Yeah.
I should do that more.
Yeah.
So I think it, honestly, I think Sworn did have a really good balance.
I was going to say, I think it did a pretty
they've taken a lot of information from a lot of roguelikes and been like, how do we make this like better? Because there are, like, you're right, there's certain games where it's like, I just feel stuck in this like RNG rut and it sucks.
Yeah. Dead Cells like would be one that I would say you're purely at the mercy of RNG.
Yeah. Like, I can dodge and do as best I can, but if the RNG sucks, it sucks.
The run's fucked and you're
done. Yeah. Dead Cells, it's like 1 out of every 10 runs is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then otherwise,
and that would be very frustrating.
Yeah. You get fucked. So
that would not bode well.
No. Yeah. Well, I think that's a good answer, and it's music to my ears.
You're not crazy.
No. Speaking of music to my ears, I do feel like I want to take a little bit of a break, and somehow in this studio that we are trapped in, Trevor's managed to drag a whole ass jukebox down here. So I think we are going to take a listen to our very first good enough jukebox of the season. Trevor? Jukebox.
Good enough
jukebox.
All right. So my segment here is the Good Enough Jukebox. So we talk about music and all sources nerdy. So this week, kind of a bigger one in the music industry, maybe not so much in the movie industry. Poor Jared Leto. So this week we are talking about Tron Ares.
Oh,
Nice.
So the newest installment to the Tron series kind of follows a kind of a Terminator-ish vibe to it. You know, you've got your, call it Disney cyberpunk light, kind of dark, mysterious future, not too crazy, not cyberpunk 2077. But this was done by Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails. So they did the soundtrack for this. So someone said, hey, Trent, like what you do. Can you guys like do some homework and just kind of take what you do and just kind of put this tweak on it? Honestly, really good soundtrack. It's more of his like digital kind of techno-ish side of things, but combined with Nine Inch Nails. So there's a lot of like Kyle, you'll know this. Like there's like a very distinct like modified bass tone, like a wah that Nine Inch Nails uses. And there's just songs you hear that you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Like it's just so familiar.
I'm home. This is nice.
But it also kind of hits some of those digital notes of some of the early like Stranger Things music.
Okay.
So there's feelings of that, and then obviously cyberpunk. You're getting some kind of Blade Runner sounds to it. So there's a lot of it is instrumental. There's a couple songs where Trent's actually like doing vocals, but it's a lot of that. So like not quite lo-fi, but not quite techno. Like kind of in the middle of like a
dark, ominous tones.
Correct, with like a bit of rock thrown in. Stuff like that. But yeah, the soundtrack's everywhere. I know the movie didn't do great in theaters, but the soundtrack is really good.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That all
Right.
sounds.
It's on
It's great, 'cause
Spotify. It's
like
going to be
big
everywhere.
shoes that, like, because Daft Punk crushed the first
Oh,
one.
it was.
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. Yeah.
So, like,
Tron Legacy.
But so
Yeah.
when I heard Nine Inch Nails goes in, I was like, oh man, this might actually slap just as hard.
Yeah. And honestly, I love this. Like, I love that he's moving into this space. Like, if Nine Inch Nails isn't really going to make much of their own music anymore, like getting him into movies and video games,
Great.
Perfect.
it's fucking
Great.
awesome. Because Trent Reznor is like an awesome composer. So
Yeah,
like he does
true.
some really cool shit. So
All right. So
That's
Tron
sick.
Ares, the soundtrack, not the movie.
yeah.
The soundtrack, great. Movie, bad.
Yeah. Not good.
Suck it,
You can
Jared
only
Leto.
do so much with like light bikes that like crash into
Yeah.
each other. Like you can only
Yeah.
build so much story around that.
Yeah.
So,
This is true. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Bringing it back. One thing that I always struggle with roguelikes is when you fight the same bosses over and over. We've all played
What a
Hades.
Gawain in the ass that
Oh.
was.
Have we played Hades?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
How do we feel about the boss design philosophy? Because I found that like Sworn, there's a lot more speed and chaos associated with it, where Hades had a lot more like telegraphed. You had to play it a little bit calmer when like fighting bosses.
Almost like a Souls like.
Yeah, yeah, a bit more
learning
Souls-like sort
patterns
of.
and shit.
Patterned, like that. I think both of them have fairly sequential patterns to follow, like
Yeah.
between the two games.
Yeah.
For boss design, I feel like the boss battles in Hades feel more like boss battles than just like a larger
And
mob with more
yeah,
health.
right.
yeah.
But I didn't mind Sworn so bad because it just doesn't really change any of the dynamics of play. Whereas like Hades, you go to the boss battle and it like the way you would traverse through the map normally is now like it's amplified.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
different, and so it just felt like a more of a solid continuation of gameplay.
Well, I think Sworn, it's a lot of the boss fights are just like AoE fests. Like,
Just
it's
avoid this
really-
big red circle.
Yeah, it's really just dodging a bunch of AoE stuff. Whereas with Hades, like you said, it is more like learning specific attacks, and there is still some AoE stuff, but it doesn't seem like that's the main focus in that game. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a time and a place for both. I think it depends on what the core gameplay is like. I think that the chaos and the speed works in Sworn because they're honestly expecting you to play with friends.
Yeah.
Like any Souls like game that's multiplayer just devolves into your group like fucking curb stomping the guy into the ground.
Yeah.
And like it's not about dodging and learning attacks anymore. It's
Just a beat down.
Yeah, it's just a fucking old fashioned beat down. So I think it ties into the gameplay of what Sworn is. But that's not going to work for every game.
No.
I would love to get someone like from like most of these being isometrics, like getting the team from like Path of Exile. Because like they're like Path of Exile 2, like some of their bosses and some of the mechanics and stuff that they're doing with that, which is not a roguelike, but the way that they kind of cater their boss battle arena things has been so good in the newest Path of Exile. And I'm just curious to see like obviously where that franchise goes, but to see some of those mechanics make their way more into like these roguelikes, especially the isometric ones, would be really just getting some more like multi-stage boss fights, and like there's one in Sworn like at the very end, but like getting some of these like big change ups from like, okay, the guy's doing the same 3 things to like, okay, halfway through he's gonna completely change tactics, really like learn what they're doing, just it's the same boss again.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest complaint with Sworn was like,
I think that's any run, like
same levels,
same 3 bosses in a row, then you get to the main one.
Yeah, and
flip a coin, you
almost
might get a
would've
different
been-
one.
Well, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even think we would have the same resentment if even those 3 were just in like a random order.
Yeah, like if Gawain ended up being the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be way better.
Before Arthur or something like.
No, but like exactly. Like if it was like our first run through, you fought Gawain first, maybe it happen again on the second time, but then the third time you go to play.
Oh shit, it's
and
Percival.
It's
Yeah,
Percival. Like
yeah.
it would be. I think it's different. Like the problem is that each boss is tied to one of their zones.
Yeah, theme to the zone.
Yeah.
So like you're stuck in that regard, which means all you have to do in that is just change the zones that you start in. Like
Mhm.
Well, and I
Make
think
that random.
like there are certain games in this genre where the very first zone might always be the same, but then
Yeah.
after that you have a choice. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to this area, and then it's gonna be that boss
I'll go to the
tied
docks.
to it.
Yeah.
Or I can go this way. And so I think that's maybe where Sworn could. And
these might already be things in the game. We just
Yeah.
we never even played.
We didn't get that
I
far.
have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get through.
yeah, not good enough.
and maybe they add more content down the line too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so maybe there is branching paths, but I think the whole branching path system, I think
It's an easy thing for them to do,
It's
wouldn't it?
easy
Because
to
they
tie
already
in.
have A and B doors. Like you
Yeah.
just choose your own adventure.
yeah, exactly.
This door leads to the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I mean,
This
like
one goes to the castle.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, like that is the choice. You have the choice of the area to go to,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
like a facet for that game. I found the power up in situation things like the skill tree, like the heart tree and all that stuff to be very similar to that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where it's like you're
Yeah, it is
collecting
very
different
similar.
currency, but then building like this. Now my health is always more at the
Yeah.
start, and
Yeah.
now I do some recovery. Now I have a quick revive, and like all of that. It seemed very similar. And I guess maybe that's my grab. I don't play a lot of roguelikes. I know Jordan's played a ton. I know that Kyle's played quite a few, but like I struggle because I feel like there's really not that much difference between any of them.
Yeah, they all
They
kind
all
of
kind
feel
of
the
follow the
same.
same
Yeah.
formula
Yeah.
and it's the same shit. And it's like, how do I get involved in this? I have to really like the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to really like the art design.
Yeah.
I have to really like some of the upgradable components. And if I was to keep playing this game, it would need more customization. Like I
Yeah.
would need
Yeah.
more
Give
draw
me some transmog
to unlock
or-
transmogs and
Yeah.
gear and the ability to change colors and like all. If you want me to stay in this game long term, I got to have more caveats to like.
It's funny. That was actually one of the few cons I wrote down specifically for Sworn. Was like
Yeah.
a lot of the like one, there's so few cosmetics.
Yeah,
But two,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
This can't be that
hours
hard.
of gameplay
Yeah.
to get like the
Slightly different
slightest
color,
change to your
Yeah.
character. I'm just like, this shit's way too expensive for
Yeah.
like what I care.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that was one of the few things where I'm like, ooh, that currency
Yeah.
is just way off.
And like you brought up things that roguelikes can kind of do to differentiate themselves from each other. The thing that I've started to see, and I made a little list of a couple that I've played this year. Two that stand out to me that play and feel different than like I'd say 90% of the genre. They've actually incorporated like classic beat 'em up, like side scrolling beat 'em up things into roguelikes. So like one I wrote here is Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons.
Ooh, that's a lot of subtitles.
Dragons of the Dragons.
Yeah, Dragons of the Rise.
Super double
or Guidance.
Dragons.
It's this one is it's a Double Dragon side scroller beat 'em up, like you would expect that franchise to be, but then it's got roguelike elements into it.
Just throw one of those in there.
But the interesting thing with that game is it's got like a stage select at the start of the game. So you start your run, and you're up against the crime boss syndicate.
Bobo.
Yeah. And this organization that you're up against has like 6 crime bosses, and you can tackle them in any order you want.
Yeah.
And so you get to choose your
like
stage.
That's what got him. Yeah.
That's what got him.
So like at least you get to make that choice rather than, oh fuck, I start a new run and it's always this stage
Gawain.
and this boss Gawain.
Yeah.
This is seems like a pretty decent quality of life.
Yeah,
thing.
it lets you, or it's like, oh fuck, I can never beat this guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do that stage at the very end.
First.
First. Get it out of the way, right? Yeah. And so, and then another one that I've been playing that just came out recently is Absalom. And Absalom is made by the Streets of Rage devs.
It's I stuck around and played a bit after we.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and like that one has specific character classes, but each class has its own special abilities, and you can unlock new ones the further in you get. And then when you beat the first area, and the first area has an entire like branching tree of paths that you can take.
Oh, sweet.
But when you beat that stage, you get on a boat. Well, the boat can go to island number 1 or island number 2. And so it's just everything feels more fresh.
Gotcha.
Because you at least have some control over your decisions and where you can go.
I think that's the biggest thing for roguelikes now is like not just doing cool things like that, but also just getting out of the norms.
Yeah.
Right. Like having a more beat 'em up style roguelike, having Risk of Rain, like a kind of a shooter, third person 3D shooter.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be some side scroll, Metroidvania-esque roguelike thing.
I don't need to
2D side scroll
for 7 hours.
It's like that's part of why Hades became so good. It was like, okay, well, we haven't really seen like a cool isometric roguelike like this, right? And then you're going to get Sworn and Hades 2 out of those things.
Yeah.
So like getting some of those variations, I think, is the big thing. If you're making a roguelike and you're listening to this, like maybe do something different.
Mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
I like, and it's weird because I know it won't work and it defeats like kind of the purpose of the roguelike is to like complete it in one run. Like, and I know that kind of goes against what I'm about to say, but it's like I wish some of them, like depending on the component and the style or like how deep the like the map is or like the requirements to finish, like I almost wish it had like the Konami put the code, you get to skip this like first level,
start at a level.
Yeah.
Or like you've beaten this level 28 times.
You don't need
have
to do
this anymore.
Like you did it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. Like I just feel like there's a way to kind of get that, and maybe it's a progression thing. Like you've hit a certain part of like character development or whatever. It's like, now you don't even need to do the first area. It's just
skip this, roll a couple bonuses.
Yeah, like random roll my starting bonuses.
Yeah.
And Like, just let me go from that area, because I don't know. Like, and then
Blessing of the
for
gods.
the purist, like, give a different mode that's you know
purist mode.
Fuck you
I mean,
mode.
yeah.
You could even, as a developer, you could even have fun with it in the story. And it's like you start that stage, your character walks onto the screen, and then the boss of that stage sees you and like, I'm out of here. And like, turns around and like fucking
He's too
runs.
strong now.
Yeah, like
I
there's
feel like I've done this before.
Yeah.
there's lots of ways you could make it your own.
Just montage it, just Groundhog Day montage.
Nice.
It's like we've been here enough times.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of these games have enough content or enough like branching directions and variability to like make it still have the life for that. If you don't have to do that, like that's where I struggle. It's like doing the same stage over and over and over and over and over again. Like we're from the gaming age of repetitive like gameplay and grinding things out and just like figuring it out until you get it and like just try and try again and try again and try again. Like we're the age of roguelike gamers. Like we're
minus the power-ups.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But
you're
like,
gonna do Super Mario again
until you get it.
Yeah. Like it's just, but now I've been spoiled by the other side of gaming where I'm like, I don't know if you can just keep that formula and have it be viable and be achievable to get to the end.
I think that's where like, and again, this is very much speaking to this group.
Yeah.
I understand this, but having customization in games like this, where at least if I'm having to do the same thing over and over again,
let me look cool.
Yeah, like if I died on that run, but I unlocked this like new skin or this new like armor set that I can now take into the next run.
Yeah.
Honestly, it seems like such a dumb thing to talk about, but that goes a long way, man. Like in a game like this, if I'm like, well, I gotta fight this fuck stick again, but at least I look badass as hell, I'll keep playing that game. And there are some roguelikes that do have some of that, but again, talking about the overall genre, I think a lot of them overlook customization as like a valuable piece of content.
Yeah,
especially because it is a very popular genre and there's a lot to choose from. So it's like, how do you stand out?
Yeah.
How is this different than any of the other?
Yeah.
Because like I enjoyed playing Sworn with you guys. Like it was kind of like the main component for me to get through a game like this is to play with you guys. But like just to like further that point, it's the development of the weapons. I didn't feel like did enough
made enough impact.
Like on the gameplay. So I was like, when I maxed out all the stuff on the axe, I was kind of hoping that at that point, I'm one-shotting everything at the easiest difficulty level.
Yeah.
Because what else is the point of...
Yeah,
like,
it was pretty...
Like,
why even upgrade it?
Why bother? Like, what's the...
Or give you a second tier of the same upgrades or something.
Exactly. So, like, if I am shit at this game, which I was...
let me stronger my way through it.
Then let me make myself strong enough that I can actually, at some point, get to that next level.
Just force your way through it, right? It's like power leveling like Pokemon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
if I can't beat this,
have an avenue.
If I can't beat this gym, let me go back and level my guy to like 20 levels higher than I need to be, and just roll through here.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm still playing the game. I'm still putting the time in.
Yeah, you're still putting hours in.
Yeah. I don't think that's a problem.
No. And I think that's going to have to be the evolution of this genre, because now I'm going to catch some heat for this. Now we're getting into the what am I gonna call it? The gotcha mechanics of roguelikes.
Gambling.
And
sponsored by FanDuel.
And the low
2K65.
And the low attention span
Yeah.
of the genre. And two games I'm gonna single out, and I'm gonna catch heat for this. And I don't give a fuck, okay? Balatro.
Yeah.
And Ball Pit that just came out.
Oh God, yeah, that's
both of those.
I enjoyed Ball Pit.
Yeah, because you're ADHD.
You have ADHD. Of course you enjoy it.
Thank you. Both of those games, to me, I think honestly are the worst parts of roguelikes. And like I said, I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but both of those games, it's purely about quick and easy. It's quick endorphin hits, and I can. Yes, we're looking at you, Cal.
Yeah.
And you can finish a run in 10 minutes. But there's
no
that's
depth.
all it is.
Yeah, there's no depth.
And like I know Ball Pit has like you're building your town and you're upgrading like this thing and all that, but the gameplay side of it, it's literally fucking Brick Breaker. But
RPG Brick Breaker.
Yeah. And to me, that's just not a fun component. That is just literally me sitting at the slots in a casino and just watching the flashing lights roll and shit.
Shiny.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Except we don't win.
Yeah. And so like to me
in roguelikes
to me that just seems like the cop out way to make a roguelike game. Whereas, if there's so many roguelikes on my list that there's a narrative component, there's a customization component, there is, there's meaningful power-ups and things that completely change the gameplay. Yeah. The way I'm playing the game in hour 2 versus hour 10, totally different. And, we're celebrating games like Balatro. And I know that game was only $10. So like, sure, whatever. We can't be too fussy. But
it was nominated for a lot of awards.
It really was.
And I didn't think it was that good of a game.
It's not that good.
I think because
it's just not that good.
I think because people had never seen something like it before, and it was so different from.
I mean, I've played a lot of Texas Hold'em online. I think I've seen that game before. Okay. Like, I don't know. I just to me, there's just way more unique ways to build this genre out, and the ADHD quick endorphin hit type games that seem to be the ones getting the accolades and the attention that hurts
society.
That hurts my soul a little bit because that's not where I want roguelikes to go.
No, I agree.
So yeah. Like I said, I know I'm in the minority of that because people love those games, but
it's just like a whole like not that they're that bad, but like there is that whole genre of like brain rot gaming.
Yeah.
Right. Like every time I see an ad for like a bunch of army guys walking and you're like doing some basic math. And every time I see that ad, I'm just like,
five or divide. Yeah.
Oh no. Like it exists and people play it, but it's also just like, oh God, like I get that people play it, but it's like, do better.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so many games out there and there's so many better options that, it's just the quick endorphin hit isn't the only thing that we need.
No,
we get enough of that shit in life with fucking social media and everything else. Like it's just, anyway, that's a little bit of a rant for me.
Box there.
Come at
bothers me. Yeah.
So, do we want to do some final thoughts here before we score Sworn? Do we have any final thoughts? Was that our final nail?
I felt like I said what I needed to say about roguelikes overall.
Score.
I just was like, I'm torn. Like, I'm not really a big roguelike gamer to begin with. I'm a completionist. I like to collect things. I want things with
like a big grandiose story.
Yes,
with a completion, with a start and an end.
Credits.
I need it. That's what And so I have a really hard time with games with no ending.
Yeah.
Like
that's fair.
Like
that's
totally insight. Fair. So I struggle, but
okay. So how would you score it then?
For the fact that I even wanted to play this multiple times, like I gave this game a 7. And that's just because, like, as most times I'm going to give a roguelike game like a 4. So
high praise.
Yeah, it's just not your cup of tea usually.
I had a lot of fun in the game. I liked the music. I liked the design and the art style.
Yep.
I did like the class choices that were there. I thought it was like fairly balanced.
Yeah.
Not that melee. By the end, I figured like actually was kind of useless. Like being a ranged class seemed to be a lot better.
Yeah.
But I liked the voices from the gods and like how they like everything was pretty short in terms of like conversations. I thought it was a good balance for like what everything was. The art style and the actual mechanics of the game are what kind of save it for me overall. But
That's fair.
the shortcomings are, like as we talked about, lack of cosmetics and just lack of story and investment. But that's about it.
I'm about a 7 as well for those reasons.
I like, honestly, I said if you're playing by yourself, it's probably like a 6 or 7. I said with friends, honestly, it was like a 9.
Yeah.
Like it's a fun game.
It's
a different
if you can get
experience,
4 friends online to play this, like
played by
yes,
myself.
you might not play this game forever, right? This might not be your COVID war zone, every night for 5 weeks straight, but it is a fun time.
Yeah.
For a roguelike, which is a rare thing to have a good multiplayer roguelike.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I hope we get more of them.
Yeah.
Because it is a fun genre with a group of people.
Yeah.
We got
to reset, start again.
Keep my attention.
Yeah.
And mine.
And keep me in the game.
Yeah.
Just to keep me invested in the game. You have to dial it in.
I'm kind of with you guys. I'm probably like between a 7 and a 7.5. Like it's a good game. It's fun to jump in and jump out, but a year from now, I'm gonna forget about this game.
Yep.
And it's not something that's gonna keep coming back to me to think about.
If you want to have fun with your friends, play this. If you want a story roguelike that's a bit more polished, go to Hades.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the
Honestly, I've got I've got 5 games here that are in this genre that I think are all better than Sworn.
Okay.
For a variety of reasons. But again, if you got a group that you can hop in with, Sworn is a good time.
Yep.
For sure.
Cool.
And so it is Sworn.
Sworn indeed.
Great. Well,
you heard it right here from the Knights from the Rounded Edged table.
Yeah.
I did round the corners on the table.
You did.
Just for you,
Nice.
as requested.
I did request. I appreciate that.
once again, folks, thanks for tuning in to our bullshit. As always, I think that was good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Please send help. I want to go home.
I'm so hungry.
I want to go home.
It's good. You know what? Better than good. Good enough.
Good enough.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at GEG Podcast. Check out our website, goodenoughgaming.com, and write us an email about anything from our episodes or something you would like us to discuss in the future. You can also now join us on Discord on the Good Enough Gaming Discord server. We really appreciate you listening and hope you continue to join us on this epic adventure of discussing all things gaming and nerdy. Please subscribe to the Good Enough Gaming Podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever else you listen to your podcasts, and rate us 5 stars so we can find more good enoughers in the process. Just remember, we might not be great, but we are good enough.